All right. So I am recording this meeting just like we always do because we will put it up on YouTube for the people that couldn't make this meeting. But for those of you who are here, I see some smiling faces. Thanks for coming. I appreciate that. And it's really nice to have you. And to reiterate what Laura just said, so Laura, again, is from Love to Ride. And what she just said that I wanted to make sure everybody heard is just that she was amazed. And I am grateful for the partner participation that we have had during May as Bike Month. And that means everything from participating in these meetings to filling out the form to sending me emails, just to start out the meeting with a big, huge thank you, because we have a ton of you on this meeting and we have a ton of you that have participated. And the only way this works is with you. So give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you. Thank you. All right, bravo. Then let's go ahead and start. And in order to do that, I do need to share screen 3 and share. All right, let's do this. So we, again, like we normally do, we do have a presentation prepared for everyone, but, and I just realized I did not update my times. So my times were a little off on my agenda, but we do have a fair amount of time listed for you guys to provide feedback. And again, that's why we're here. So just know we're going to try to get through the presentation, the informational part quickly. And then we'll get to the part where we want your feedback. And if we need to set up additional meetings or set up other ways of communication, we can do that as well. So just a quick review as to why we're here. The May is Bike Month goal, so this is the entire month, is to encourage people to replace car trips with bike trips. That's the reason we're having these meetings, and that's the reason we exist. Our meeting goal is a little different than last time. Our main thing is to actually hear from the partners on their campaign progress, to seek additional questions or concerns, and report on campaign progress. So we're going to get through the report part pretty quickly. I probably should have put that first so that it was in order. And then we'll get to the part where we hear from all of you because we're getting close, down to the wire. All right, then this is our agenda, and you can see I did leave out the time for Bike Index, so sorry about that. I just forgot to go back and update it. So we are going to review the input that you gave me from the last meeting through the Google form. So I'm going to show you guys what I got from you on that, do a swag update, do a social media update, do a community engagement update. Love to Ride has been killing it on the community engagement, and I wanted you to be aware of their efforts, to who they were reaching out to, and so that you guys know who they're reaching out to, and you could potentially either supplement or not, whatever you prefer. Bike Index is also something that we're doing as a part of the May's Bike Month campaign, and so we're going to talk about the Bike Index. And then the kickoff event is simply an event that we're having. I just wanted to run by it to make sure that the partners have the chance to have vendor tables, as well as just that you know that it exists. And then I have a what we need from partner slide, and then a what the partners need from us slide. So you'll see that my original intent before going back and updating the table was that that would be the longest. So again, we're hoping to get through the presentation quickly because we want to hear from you. So with that, let's do it. Okay, partner input. So last time I did ask you guys to fill out another Google form or provide me information by email. And so I got 19 responses total, 1 from email and then 18 from the Google form. So thanks for that, appreciated it. One of the questions was related to who needed reports. And so I did want to share with what I got from you about who needs the weekly reports. So this is who I have so far. That Google form is still open. So if you want to go out there and fill it out, you can, or you can, of course, do the good old fashioned email and say, hey, if I didn't catch you on this list. So that's just the first kind of where we are. So the next one is the data requested. So this is what I got from the form. So this is pretty raw, but this is indeed what we're going to use as guides to work with Love to Ride to make sure that we can pull this information, well, at least try to pull this information, because some of it we may not be able to get. But this is it's basically going to be our baseline that we use for the reports. So I did want you all to see this. And again, if there is something here that's lacking, you guys can shoot me an email anytime. And you will get this presentation. Don't forget, as soon as we're done with this meeting, I will send it out in an email. So I'm going to move fairly quickly so that you can review this later if you need to. Okay, then swag requests. So you also did a fantastic job on the swag request. So I asked you to fill out a Google table And you did. And I think that some people even forward it to others, which is fantastic. So this is everybody that we received a swag request from. Now, the one pickle that we have is that we did not order, nor could we afford enough swag to give everybody what they wanted. I think that would be like $200,000 worth of swag. So we ordered all the swag that we could afford. And then what we're going to do is we're going to divvy it out using kind of the ratios that you guys gave us and do the best we possibly can to meet the needs that you identified in the table. So I can tell you, you're not going to get everything that you asked for, but we are going to try to divvy it out in an even, again, ratio based on what you put in the table. So sorry about that. And maybe that's a discussion that we have in our lessons learned for next year, is to order more swag. But if we do, we would need to also have a discussion as to where the money's coming from, because holy cow, swag is really expensive. This was a big learning experience for me. Okay, our next one is the tagline. Woohoo! All right, you guys voted, and you voted on "You Can Bike There" with an exclamation point. All right, we also did a second one that we didn't discuss with you only because we were pressed for time, which is Roll to It. And Roll to It is simply where we need something really, really small or short. So it's the same idea as You Can Bike There, but it's Roll to It just because it's small. But anyway, we were actually surprised. We did not expect it to go this way, but you spoke. This is the answer. And so we did it. We took You Can Bike There and we put it all over everything. So you'll see some examples here. We have our stickers. These are, oh, I'm sorry, our buttons. So the bottom left are the 1-inch buttons. We got the little buttons, and we got 3 different designs. One of them also matches the sticker. We got 3-inch stickers. And then the bag, the canvas bag, you'll see all the way on the right. That is what it looks like. So thank you for filling out that form and voting. Next one is the swag update. So you already saw the stickers, the buttons, and the bag, but now you can see all that we ordered for the rest of the stuff. So the socks you've already seen in a previous presentation. They either were delivered or will be delivered today. They tried to deliver them yesterday. So we ordered 2,000 pairs of socks. We have 10 tablecloths that we're going to give out to the group of you that are doing the most events, because that's obviously where the tablecloths will be most used. And I actually think we had a request for 10 tablecloths, so I think that we guessed pretty well on that one. We have 3,500 of the tote bags that will get out to everyone, 10 tent banners. The tent banners are actually not on the PowerPoint presentation. They are the May's Bike Month logo, and then below it, all of the sponsors. So the sponsors for May's Bike Month, quite frankly, they paid for the swag. SACOG did not pay for the swag through the contract. They're pretty much paying for Love to Ride. So a huge thank you to our sponsors, which is why we wanted to try to get their logos on as much as possible. So those banners will go out to the same people that get the tablecloths, and we're hoping that you can display those. They should fit in a normal 10 by 10 tent. So they should fit right on the back of the tent. Slap bands are this looks black and white, but in reality, they are blue slap bands with white writing, I think is what we ended up with, and they are reflective. Spoke cards are the 2, the front and back at the top right of the screen. The front is just May's Bike Month, You Can Bike There. The back is just a really a promotion to try to get people to sign up on the website, because that's a big part of what we're doing. Yeah, go ahead. Did somebody have a question?
Oh, mommy loves you.
Oh, let's. Okay.
I think
I think it was somebody not muted.
Yeah.
Thanks, Allie. All right, the buttons you've already seen, the stickers you've already seen. We have 3,000 buttons coming, 4,000 stickers coming. What we did not order was the cycling tips and flip. We didn't order it because we really ran out of money. There just wasn't enough time or money to be able to pull that off this year. But I promise you, it is going to be a main focus for next year, because we feel very passionately that this is a really neat thing to get out there. So just wanted to let you know where we landed on that. And oh, I guess I didn't say the tablecloth is the big blue thing. It looks a little funny on the screen, but if it was on a table, it probably would make a little more sense. So that's the tablecloth. All right, so the way swag is going to work, at least hopefully, it is again all ordered and it will be coming in either this week, next week, or the first week in May. Some of it couldn't make it here until after the beginning of May, and we did everything we could to make it happen. It just is what it is. So we are going to work with all of you late next week to distribute what we have available. So we might have to do 2 distributions, but we'll just have to work through it as it happens. I am going to be working off of that swag spreadsheet. So if your name is not on that swag spreadsheet, I will not be directly reaching out to you to get you swag. If you can't access the spreadsheet, remember, I'm more than happy to do things by email. You're more than welcome to send me an email. Just make sure that I at least know that you're out there so that I can get you what you need. So the plan for this is we're going to reach out to everybody on that swag sheet. We're going to arrange for pickup. Depending on availability, we'll either do pickup at my house, which is in Esac, or downtown at Saba, or there is also the chance that I could try to hit some of the other areas. I could run up with my truck and just do a couple pickup locations if we need to do that, maybe in the Davis area or potentially up even in the Nevada City area. So there are lots of options to distribute out. I am going to ask that you all meet me somewhere so that I don't have to literally deliver everything just because it's too time consuming. But we will also try to accommodate you to the best of our ability on that. And I will simply work with you one-on-one. So just be ready for that call. It's probably going to be middle to late next week. All right, now we are to social media, and I would like to introduce Shelby, who is on the line, and she is going to take the social media stuff. Shelby works for Saba, and she is doing amazing on the social media. So go for it.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Nice to meet you all. Just wanted to do a quick run through on social media because we can share lots of lovely updates, but without having the photos and information from you, we don't have a lot of great, interesting things to share. So a lot of that content can come from you, and that's where we can get some really authentic and engaging stuff that we can share with the community. So here's a few things you can do as a partner. First of all, if you make any posts about May is Bike Month, make sure to tag us. And we've got I'll post it in the chat what our little Instagram handle is. It's just May is Bike Month. And then on Facebook, it's mayisbikemonth.com. Unfortunately, we cannot change that. I tried. And then on Twitter, it's also the same, just May is Bike Month. So just tag us there. And then make sure to use hashtags. That's most important on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook, people don't really use them as much, so not as important there, but please use at least the May is Bike Month hashtag so that we can easily find you. If you are using Instagram and Twitter, you can also look at everybody who's posted under that hashtag, which can give you some inspiration and also some things to like and follow, see what everybody else is doing around May is Bike Month. Facebook events are really, really useful. If you or your organization has a Facebook page and you're hosting an event, go ahead and throw that event up on Facebook. It takes just a couple minutes. And at the very end, when you're setting it up, there's a button that says event settings, and it lets you add a co-host. So add May is Bike Month as your co-host, and then we'll be able to share all of our followers and send them to this event. So that really can help get people more involved who wouldn't otherwise see our posts. Facebook intentionally makes it hard for people to see your posts unless you pay for it. So events are one way that we can kind of get around that ickiness of Facebook making us pay for things and get some free promotion. So if you need any help getting a header image for that, just let me know. Happy to help you create that. Go ahead and add us as a co-host, and that way we can share it on our calendar as well on Facebook, and people in the area can see it. They get more alerts and pings about stuff that's going on if we add it as an event. So just wanted to stress that. Get lots of photos or source photos from your employees, your volunteers, people who are supporting your organization. You can of course use the hashtag when you share them, but if you want us to post them directly, just go ahead and shoot them over to me via email. And that's my email down there at the bottom. Also available for any questions or comments you might have social media wise. So this is just an example of an event that I posted on Facebook, and compared to our post about May is Bike Month, this has way more engagement. So it reached almost 2,000 people, which is awesome. And you can see that it says event by, those are all the hosts. So we're a host, Two Rivers Cider Company is a host, and Saba is a host. So all of those pages have their own following, and all those followers of all 3 pages will now be able to see that. And if you're an active follower, say you follow Two Rivers Cider and you like some of their stuff, you'll actually get a ping saying, hey, Two Rivers Cider added an event that you might be into. So it really does help us get it out there more. So that's just an example of how we can spread the word a little better. And if anyone has any questions, please let me know. But I think that's it, social media wise.
All right, and I'm just pausing for a second to make sure if anybody has any questions specifically for Shelby on social media, you're welcome to put your hand up, put them into the chat, or just ask. Okay, then let's go ahead and move on. We still will have time at the end, so if you think of something, just don't lose it. Our next section that I want to run with you is the community engagement. I mentioned this to you earlier, and I'm going to turn it over to Beth with Love to Ride. So hi, Beth.
Good morning, partners. Thank you, Shelly and Shelby, great job you're all doing. Community engagement, I'm really excited about talking about this. We can only do a portion today because there's so many different strategies that we're doing to engage the community in so many different levels and so many different sectors. So we're just going to share a couple things today to get you excited, and throughout this process we'll be going to different sectors. But the first slide I'd love to share is a lot of the partners said that bike shops and bike clubs are really important. Also, the bike clubs are really important too because they're our co-promoters. They're actually getting our events out there. They're sharing our flyers. They're posting us on social media. They're following us. And also the bike shops are allowing us to sign up there. And there's so many different ways to include them. We want to make sure that we include all the regions so we can do the entire reaching out to all the communities. So we've been doing through this entire campaign, Yuba, Sutter, Placer, Sacramento, Yolo, and El Dorado, because we want to make sure that all the partners are represented. Now, this slide right here is doing an example of the bike shops and the bike clubs that we saturated. Another strategy is when I do meet with these bike shops is saying, hey, can you post? But also, why don't your employees sign up as well? So we're also getting mini teams there. And then I also strategize and say, what meetup clubs are at your shop this week? So when they come, like an example, the average is about 35 bike riders to the bike shop. Hey, can you reach out to these bike clubs, give them our flyer, show them the flyer and have them sign up there. Been doing a great response with the bike clubs. Shout out to Carl, who is the Outgrove Bike Club.
Oh my gosh.
He's my encyclopedia of bike clubs. He's engaging your entire areas, and he's even doing a proclamation of Maya's Bike Club at the city of Outgrove. So we're going to have a chance to do some social media there. The bike club is going to show up at city council, proclamation. So we'll go ahead and we'll take pictures and we'll send them to Shelby to put through the system. But I just want to say too that they've been open arms of bike shops and bike clubs. Next slide.
Whoops, too far, sorry.
That's okay. So a lot of the strategy is co-promotion. Shelby and Shelly have talked about that, is swapping out for free, sharing their event, sharing our event. And that way we can do a saturation at earned media. So an example, we could only do couple examples because of the space of the slides and the time. So an example is reaching out to Sacramento Unified District. Sacramento was so open arms that they took our May is Bike Month and they did a link to their newsletter, did a little blurb, and I was surprised it went out to 28,000 people with one student at least in the school system. So we're getting parents who are in businesses, we're getting students 13 and above, and we're also getting communities and families to get engaged in this. I followed up with an ROI. We have to get teachers involved. So they did an additional blast of 5,000 for them to start teams. Another one, which was big, was Leukemia Lymphoma Society, LLS. They reached out to us to share their June event, which is in South Tahoe. And I asked them, well, how many Sacramento riders do you have? 150. I said, that is great. If you can share your information to those riders and put on your social media or e-blast, we can share your event as well. So coming together as bike events, they were also able to share to 3,000 people on their newsletter. There's other co-promoters. We had the Outgrow Fine Arts is having an event, Blue Zones Project. We're going to work with them more. Their initiative and Yuba Sutter, and their community initiative is to promote health. They have been doing studies about why are certain people in certain sections for health initiatives are living to 100 years old and above. There is a bike initiative, so we're going to go ahead and work collectively with them and kind of share our data as well. They're posting on their website. We also had Safe Kids, which also introduced me to Safe Routes. So shout out to Jennifer Rubin of Safe Kids, Safe Routes of San Juan, working with the Mercy Hospital out there. She is going to engage all the Safe Kids throughout your regions to tell them about it, but also promote us on their sites. The Outgrove Fire Department, I want to say a thank you to Laura Chamber. She is going to connect me with all the cities, parks and recreations through all the regions. I'm also going to present to the group to engage more of the city and municipalities. I want to give a thanks to all the sports shops, other such as coffee shops, businesses, and more. So by co-promoting, we're saving thousands and thousands of dollars, but we're also increasing awareness, and we're also
Oops, sorry. And Beth, for some reason you cut out for a second, but
oh, okay. I said it was unstable for a second.
You sounded like for a computer for just a second, but now
Yeah,
you sound
it said
normal again.
unstable.
Okay.
Didn't have any coffee in my computer this morning, but I certainly So the community engagement, we just want to do a brief summary of estimates. So there's so many calls and emails that we're doing. We're reaching all these different sectors. So we're reaching the private sectors, we're reaching the public sectors, government entities, we're reaching nonprofits. So through that, we're doing strategy calls, follow-up emails, calls again for engagement. A big ROI is going on the site. So blessed that all of the information for the last rides for past participants, we can call and engage them. Partners, I just want to say that you're really good. We'll call or we'll send something out, and within 24 hours, your teams are signing up. So thank you to that. Some of the entities on there for calls and emails are businesses, chambers, bike shops, bike clubs, associations, school districts, government agencies, media relations, stores, and other. An example about strategizing, which I'm going to do more detail for the schools, is I did reach out to 33 school districts in the entire region, so everyone is represented. And I tailored the promotion to get teachers involved to sign up. Go ahead and use as internal communications with your PTO to get the families involved, which also the businesses involved. Go ahead and share information to gym teachers, share information technology. They can use this Love to Ride May is Bike Month as an education tool. Go ahead and talk about facility managers for safe routes. And then go ahead and promote high school, middle schools. How can they do teams, maybe to compete with a principal? They love that kind of competition. Like, did I ride more than the principal? So there's so many different avenues that you can reach out for schools. I just wanted to say that everything is strategy on here. In-person grassroots. So saturate, how can you help us? How can we help you with your health clubs? Reaching out to restaurants, businesses to put the flyer for their patrons. Meetings we had, a nice one was with Apple. Apple, how can we engage you? How can you sponsor for the future? I actually have another call with them today to work them through the system and kind of use them as a focus group. How is it going? Give us your true feelings on this challenge, and we'll let everyone know for next year. We've talked to is all the lists on the meetings. I've talked to Save Kids, like I said. So doing these meetings and presentations are important to get the words out and to get helpers. We've done sign-up events and presentations. I really love going to bike shops. I did a sign-up. There was about 15 people who signed up. But the most engaging thing was learning about their stories. We had mental health wellness, someone who was away from everyone in the community because of COVID. She was there, she bought a new bike, and she says, I have no one to bike with. So the staff of the bike shop said, hey, I'll be your partner. They registered together in front of me. And now the bike staff is going to help this mom to get engaged in the community and open up. I said, there's so much to learn from the bike community. Join a bike club and you'll have your friends and everything. There was also people who were grieving, said they're bike riding. They would love to do May's Bike Month Challenge. They lost a mother. So there's so many different stories and so many different levels just in that period. Talking to the Elk Grove Fire Department, as I said, their presentation is going to open up doors to more municipalities. So the total is 731, but it's more than that because we've been doing so much engagement, and this will increase. Just to let you know, when I sent the press release out to you, the business is almost doubled in the week period. That's how many people are engaging. So we hope to engage you even more. We all know the week prior to something is when people really jump on board. So the tagline is jump on the bike wagon, because 1 week from today, it's gonna increase so much, and I'm excited about that, to share that information.
So hey, Beth, do you
yeah.
know, I just wanted to just check in. So do you want to ask the partners or tell the partners what you need from them? In other words, how can they help supplement all this great work that you've done?
Yes. So the biggest thing is, I'm going to go back to what Shelby said. You can even go onto your phone right now during this meeting and what she said. Go on your Twitter right now. Go on your Facebook right now. Go on your LinkedIn right now. Go on all the entities right now. While we're talking, it only takes 1 minute, and follow us. Just follow us is the biggest. Please sign up when you get off the phone, because if you're like me, you want to send an email right when it's fresh in your mind. So please sign up when you're on the phone. If you need anything from us, please ask to help us out, do events. The biggest thing too is to motivate the people who are your champions. Go up to them and say, how's it going? How can we help you? I think by doing positive feedback to the people who are engaged through internally, you're going to get more excitement. Acknowledge their presence is probably the biggest thing that you can do, and to reach out to people we didn't even think about.
Yeah, and I will also say, everyone, you do have the promo pack accessible on the website. So Beth is doing a lot of hard work, but that doesn't mean she's hitting everyone in your area. So
Right.
my suggestion is please use that promo pack that's on the site to reach out to entities. And honestly, if Beth's already reached out to them, yay. But it's better than not reaching out to them at all. So,
Right.
and then just to kind of wrap up this section, because I know we have a bunch more to cover. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Beth relating to engagement?
Just one. Oh, thank you, Gabe.
Yeah.
The biggest thing too is, if you know a company that's new in town that we don't know about, you can email me anytime, like, hey, did you reach out to this person? I think this person would be great. just email me and I'll definitely saturate them in that area. And I really
Perfect.
appreciate your help, and the partners have been great. Thank you.
Thanks, Beth. Yes, and again, Beth is taking the lead on the engagement. We're in the background doing a lot of other things, like swag and all the other things, but she really is knocking it out of the park. So huge, huge, huge thank you to Love to Ride and Beth for that. All right, let's talk now about our Maya's Bike Month kickoff event. And again, this is an event that we're doing in Sacramento, but we're also trying to pull in people from other areas. And bringing Carl up from Elk Grove, one of the things is Carl is actually coordinating a ride from Elk Grove to this kickoff event. So that's really what I'm looking for from you guys, is we don't want this to just, yes, it is central, and yes, it is in Sacramento, but we really don't want it to just be a Sacramento event. So Allie, I threw you on here. I hope you're not upset with me for doing that. She is coordinating a director's ride that is within her organization only, but I still thought it was super cool and wanted to put it on there. And then Carl again is coordinating the cycling club. Allie, do you want to weigh in at all on this?
Sure, yeah. Typically before the pandemic, Caltrans would always do a director's ride. So our director would reach out to staff and executives, and then we'd work with Saba, City of Sacramento, and West Sac and do a ride around the community. So I reached out to our acting director this year, and he was interested in kind of combining that ride with participation at the kickoff event. So for those that don't know, our office is like less than a half mile from Fremont Park, so it works really nicely for us. And there's also a separated bikeway on Q Street. So it's going to be a short ride, but we're hoping that we'll be able to get a lot of staff to show up and participate, given the short distance and the opportunity to talk with our director. So we're excited about that. I told Shelly, it's like kind of like an internal thing, but if any of our partners here today want to participate, you are more than welcome. Yeah. So anyways.
Well, and Allie, it's a really good example of you can have internal things. That's what I like about it, is it doesn't have to be a public thing that we put on the website. It doesn't have to have lots of sparkles and balloons. Like, it can just be a, hey, let's grab a team of people together and do it. So that's why I thought it was a neat example, because it's coordinated within your organization, but yet it's a big organization. So
yeah, that's why I'm a little hesitant, because we are pretty massive. So but then we're also excited to table. So I think that was one of the other things. So we will be there, and also coordinating really closely with our District 3 office, which encompasses Sacramento County, Placer County, Yuba County, a bunch of folks on this call, so that, you know, if people have questions about active transportation projects in their area, hopefully we'll be able to have a good conversation. So yeah, excited to be there.
Cool, thank you. And that is a perfect intro from Allie, so thanks for doing that. The next one is just, we have the ability for vendors to have, or for partners to have vendor tables, and we're not charging for vendor tables. It's a free thing. And we can, we actually don't, we only have 6 tables, but we request that you bring your own table and tent. But aside from that, if you have anybody, either yourselves or within your geographical areas, who would like to have a vendor table, they are welcome. We currently have, I think, 4 different bike shops. There's one that's going to come up from Elk Grove. There are 3 within town. Mike's Bikes is going to be there. The new bike shop is in Old Sac. They're going to come, which is super cool. And then we have some other things going on, which you'll see under the currently scheduled activities. We are going to do a media release to try to get the media there. We will have chocolate fish coffee, which is awesome. And then we're working with an organization. Oh, I can't remember their name. Oh, terrible. Oh, anyway, it's on the flyer. But they're offering free yoga at 9, 10, and 11, which is really cool. We will also have a little bit of food there. There's a caterer that's coming up also from Elk Grove, and she is going to offer just some kind of hand food for sale, but it'll still be nice to have it at the event. We will also have bike repair provided by 2 different entities, both Saba and one of the bike shops that's coming. We'll have bike valet, because we are Saba and have to have bike valet. We're also going to have a bike blender, which I've not done this yet, so I'm kind of excited.
They're so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, so Laura knows what it is. But that will be creating smoothies by riding the bike, which should be fun. And then we are still coordinating additional activities. So if any of you are interested in having tables, or if any businesses within your area are interested in having tables, please shoot me an email. Because this is a neat opportunity to get people on site. I have somebody that just posted, I have a bike blender. So yes, actually, Cheryl, if we can use your bike blender, I think it would be much better to have more going than just, I think Saba has 2, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, 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 please. And then, so let me go on to the next one. We now have another person, Robert from Saba, who is going to talk about the bike registration drive. So I want to make sure that he is on the line. Are you out there? Did we lose him?
No, I'm here.
Hi.
You hear me
Thanks,
okay?
Robert.
Sure.
All right, so I would like to introduce Robert from Saba, and he's going to run you through the bike registration drive.
Good morning, everybody. Just to follow up on what Shelley was talking about, the blender bike. So we have 3 now.
Oh, okay.
So, 1 for each size, small, medium, and large. So
Oh, cool.
hope you didn't making a lot of smoothies, I think. So that's great. One of the things that we'd like to see is a region-wide registration drive to get your bikes registered. We are using Bike Index at bikeindex.org. It's one of the largest, biggest free registration and recovery systems. It's a community-based stolen bike recovery platform. It's not just a bike registration database, but it actually has a series of tools that helps the bike owner recover their bike once it's stolen or goes missing and is found or either recovered by the police. And the problems that the police departments have is, like, most of the bikes that they recover from stolen property aren't registered. They don't know how to get the bike back to the owner. And this is the one way that we can really increase the recovery rate for stolen bikes. The other thing about the Bike Index, it is a nonprofit organization. It is open source with their database, so it's free and accessible to everybody. And as you can see, they have quite a track record of success. They have a lot of bikes recovered. They have more than 1,300 communities and organizations worldwide, and that's just growing by the day. And like I said, it is more than just a registration database. It's more of a, you can go to the next slide. Yeah, okay.
Did it work?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
sure, that'll work. Basically, how the Bike Index registration works is you register your bike. If the bike goes missing, the owner marks it as lost or stolen to notify the entire Bike Index community. Bike Index will automatically send out an alert to the local community and to any organizations that are affiliated with the Bike Index. They also have a series of regional Twitter accounts where they will post to that specific location's Twitter account of stolen bike alert. So people in the community know to keep an eye out for your stolen bike, whether they're on Craigslist or OfferUp, or even if they're thinking of buying a bike, they can check Bike Index before they buy it to see if it's stolen, see who the owner is. Anybody who finds a bike or is, like I said, is looking to buy a bike, they use the Bike Index to identify it, and they can contact you directly. We also have a number of Bike Index decals that are QR codes on them that will go with the registration, and I'll talk about that in a second. But that allows somebody who finds your bike to just scan, or law enforcement to scan the QR code decal on your bike, and it'll automatically connect them to the bike owner. Again, I said social media stolen bike alerts. You also have the option of purchasing Facebook ads at a pretty discounted rate. So you can put an ad up on Facebook about your stolen bike if you want to do that as well. And the Bike Index platform will help you do that. It also registers your bike as stolen in police and pawn industry databases. So it's just, it hits almost every type of resale source that's out there. Really kind of getting the community involved, whether it be, you know, a bike shop or whatnot. And we can go to the next slide. Now, doing a registration drive, there's a couple ways to go about doing it. You could have, you know, just a standalone registration drive, you know, get some publicity out there, say we're going to be at this location, this time, this day, put up a tent, have some signs up, and just register people's bikes as they come by. So there's some places that can be like better locations than other to do that, such as schools. Actually, hospitals are pretty good, especially UC Davis. Like they have a ton of bikes out front constantly. That would be a good place to do like a registration drive. But also you can integrate the bike registration with all of your other programs that you're going to be doing for May's Bike Month or just on your own throughout the year. For instance, we're really integrating bike registration with all of our programs at Saba, such as our bike valet program. So when people come give us their bike to park, they go off to an event, we register their bike for them while they're at the event. They come back and their bike's registered. And we give them information about what they need to do next, if there is any steps like that. And it's just kind of really easy to do. It only takes a couple people to actually register bikes. You have typically, you know, I can send you the provide the best practices sheet that we put together for it, and it kind of runs through the best way to go about registering bikes with a two-person team. Yeah, one person who, you know, approaches the client, another person flips the bike over, locates the serial number, writes it down, while the other one starts to fill out the data online. And it's a simple, easy, and fun thing to do. What else we're going to be able to support you with is talking points for the volunteers and staff, like I just mentioned. We also have a kind of a localized flyer that's what to do if your bike is stolen. Just a series of instructions with contact numbers and addresses for like the police department of your city or the county that you're in, and we can provide that for you. We also have those index QR code decals. There's a picture of one right there on the screen. That's what it looks like. So that QR code will immediately pop up your bike owner's information. We also have the customizable Fight Bike Theft registration guide, and that's here on the right hand side. And all you need to do is put your logo on there, or we'll even do that for you. If you send me a high quality image file of your logo, I can pop it on there and match the colors up for you.
And hey, Robert, sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to make sure you already have some interest on the chat. So Bev Rager actually asked it where they can get the Fight Bike Theft. So Robert, you already said that they could either email you and you could do it for them, or you could send them the original. So do you have a preference?
Do I have a preference?
Do you have a preference?
Oh, I guess my preference would be if we can just send you the original and
Okay. And then they add their logos and make it look a certain way. Okay. So what we can do is, just for the sake of everybody, if Robert, if you're willing, we could send out an email when we're done with this call to all of the partners and send potentially this to all of the partners. Do you think that would work for you?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Great.
that's the problem.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's just like not only this, but we can send you a packet of information, including like table signs to put up where if you're tabling signs, you know, free bike registration here today. We have a how it works kind of mini poster that you can put up on your table or whatnot, that shows just kind of guideline of how the actual bike registration process works for the actual bike owner to take a look at. So we can put together a whole packet of that for you all and send that out to you. That's no problem at all. And we'd be happy to do that.
Cool.
You can go to the next one. Yeah, okay. I did create just a quick Google form. And this is the URL for it right there. And that's just basically you're just gonna tell us that, if you want to get those QR code decals, we're gonna provide those to you free of cost. Yeah, just let us know how many you think you're gonna need. There we go. That's what it will look like. It's a QR code, and then if you want the Fight Bike Theft flyer, if you want us to do it for you, or if you're gonna do it yourself, we'll send you just like a master version of it. You can put your own logo on there. There's my email address. You can contact me directly, any kind of email, tech support, phone support. I'll make myself available for you. And
Perfect.
I think that's about it.
Yay.
Any questions? Nope.
All right. If any of you have questions, you're welcome again to raise your hands or speak up. We're just about done with the presentation, so I'll at least go to the next one. Excited about that. Thank you, Robert.
Sure.
All right, what we need from the partners. So now we're jumping to what we need from you. So what we really need from you is events. And honestly, in the last 3 or 4 days, I think the events on the event sheet have doubled, which is fantastic. And Love to Ride is very graciously adding all of those events to the website calendar. So they are all over it. We do have one little pickle that I'm trying to work through with them. The people that are putting the events on apparently are in the UK, and they are not switching the times. So we do have some issues on times that we're working through. We will fix those. So continue to add your events to the event sheet, or if you can't get into the Google Sheet for some reason, also please just shoot it to me in an email and I can add it for you.
Shelley,
So-
is that not, I thought we resolved that yesterday.
I didn't get an email. I didn't know. If it is, then we're good. Yeah, I shot an email out. I never got one back, but you are so fast to respond that again, I am not worried. Love to Ride is all over it within hours. So if you get out there and it looks funny, we'll fix it. Hopefully it's fixed and Laura's right and it's knocked out of the park and we're done. The next one is just social media asks. If you remember the presentation that Shelby gave a few minutes ago, please follow her instructions and reach out to Shelby if you have any questions about what to do. So I have learned so much from Shelby in the last 2 weeks, you can't even imagine. Next one is going to be help with swag distribution. That is TBD because it's going to be a last minute thing, but I am going to be reaching out to you for that. Encourage website signups. We can't forget that is a big part of why we're here, is getting people to sign up on the May is Bike Month site and log their rides. So those are also things that we're asking for. And then lastly, this is redundant to what Robert just showed you, but it's also, I just added it again here. Please fill out that bike registration drive form, or again, reach out to Robert directly if you don't want to do the form. So that is what we need from partners. And I am going to go to the next slide, but we do have a hand up. So David, shoot.
For the registering the miles, is it possible to register both as an individual and for our organization as a team? And then, or is it one or the other?
I don't know the answer to that question. Laura,
Fair
do you
enough.
know the answer to that question?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so for us as like Civic Thread, if we wanted to do a group team for the logging of the miles, I think on the Love to Ride, can we do it both as a team? And then if individuals wanted to also have themselves registered individually, is that possible? Or is it one or the other?
Yeah. You first register as an individual and then you form your team from there. So you can be independent and your miles will log that way, and they'll also contribute to your team.
Okay, so they can do both.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Good question. All right, does anybody else have any questions? Because now we're to the part where we want to know what you need from us in order to make all this happen. Gabe, go ahead.
Great, thank you. I saw there was a departments feature on the Love to Ride website, and I was having a little trouble figuring out how to create new departments. That's something we want to take advantage of. Yes, if you have any information about that, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. From your, I believe it's from, if actually, let me go there right this second. I won't share my screen. But let me go there right now. Go ahead and give me your name.
And Laura, if you
sh-
want to share your screen, you're more than welcome to, assuming you have the appropriate permissions.
I mean, I guess I can.
Your call.
I'm happy to. It's gonna give me a little stage fright here, but here we go.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. So who is this? Who am I looking for?
Oh, sure. Yeah, my name's Gabriel. And then last name
And
Gandara.
what was your email address that you signed up with?
Sure. It's GANDARA at CalSTRS.
GANDARA,
at CalSTRS.com.
like that?
CALSTRS, no E.
STRS.
.com.
There you are. Of course, the wheels are going to crank slow.
It's okay. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time for this.
If we get the
Okay.
question from you, we're going to get it from others. So thanks for this.
So I'm going to go, I'm pretending I'm you right now.
Perfect. Thank you.
Work here. You are the champion. You will want to, I believe, edit workplace. And there's a little button right here that says register a department.
Perfect.
Ah.
And then you put in your department. And then you add your staff count. And then you click create.
Perfect.
Your department.
Awesome. We're going to have little interdepartmental challenges. And so
It is such a thing. I really encourage everybody to do that. I mean, because your site is going to be up for a while, right? And these individual profiles will be up for a while. So you can continue to enjoy that madness all you want. Yeah, it's a great device for encouraging, year round, right? For keeping people interested in biking year round.
Nice. Thank you for that question. And thanks, Laura,
Excellent.
for responding. And we have 5 minutes left, and I do want to make sure that everybody's heard. So I am going to try to move quickly. So Jennifer, I think you were the next one.
Yes. My question is about sending an email to like all the people within your organization. Do you have a template that we should be sending out? Or is that something we should be creating internally? Because I feel like it would be really helpful if you could just say, send us a template, and then we could send it out to everyone in our organization with the details of, creating your own little group and things like that.
Sure. Honestly, Jennifer, I don't know. I have not checked the promo pack to see if it's in there, but I thought that was something that was in the promo pack.
It is.
Oh, it
Okay.
is? Oh, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you're good, but if for some reason you can't find it, or if you're not sure, shoot me a text or an email and I'll track it down for you.
A question just popped up about, oops, a question just popped up about where the promo pack is. It is available on the website, on the Love to Ride site under resources. You can download it there. And of course we can also.
We can put the link in.
I think I can do
or
that.
One of us can, obviously.
I can do that right now.
Sweet. And it is in the previous 2 PowerPoint presentations that I sent out to the partners. It's also in those, if that helps. Sorry, Laura, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just trying to get to Allie before we ran out of time. Apologies. So Allie, shoot.
Oh yeah, you're fine. And I might just follow up with you after.
Okay.
I'm just so used to the 511 website that now I'm like, where is the stuff that I used to remember doing? So I'll just probably follow up. Excuse me. But as far as Jennifer, your question, I found a good email in the partner promo pack, like the one to I think offices. Anyways, I could forward you an email I just sent out to staff yesterday if that's helpful.
Thanks, Allie. Very helpful. Very helpful. Okay, so Laura very graciously did put the promo pack website in the chat. So if you want to click on that, please go ahead. And then I also just want to open it up for other discussion. We have 3 minutes left. And remember, if we don't make it in 3 minutes, you can send us emails, you can send us texts, anything that you need. let us know and we'll do what we can to try to address it. So any other last minute questions? Comments, concerns? Great.
Just a thank you for all of the work you have all been putting into this. This is a lot and it is very much appreciated.
Thanks for that. Yeah, our team, we have a whole team of people that have been working very long hours to try to make this happen. So I do appreciate the compliment. I think it'll mean a lot to everyone. And for everybody that's not on this call, I will let them know that you said that. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for participating in this meeting. As we do in previous meetings, once we get this downloaded, which will be in a day or two, we will get it up on YouTube. I will send this PowerPoint presentation out to you today so that you'll have it. And again, the PowerPoint does have everybody that presented today, all of our contact information. So if you have an outreach question, you can go directly to Beth. If you have a social media question, you can go directly to Shelby. And then if you have a question about any other bike mechanic type stuff, you can reach out directly to Robert. And of course, I can coordinate you and coordinate any emails as needed. So just again, a huge thank you. The participation on this call is astounding. And it just makes me smile, gives me chill bumps. I'm one of those weird dorky people. But anyway, well done. And let us know if we can help. Everybody have a good one. Bye.